Something's gone badly for my Charles. Was it the man who was just here?
No, a fellow who docks his cruiser in the marina just dropped by for a moment.
Then what is wrong, Charles?
Business problem. I'll have it solved shortly.
Oh.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. His aide, Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal, the Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner-publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
London. He'll be filing his story in about an hour.
If it's important, call me. Miss Carey and I'll be at the cotillion room.
It's the city desk, Mike. Would you take it on line 4?
Oh, thanks, Casey. Yeah? Yeah. Let me ask the boss how he wants to play it. He's vice commodore at the yacht club there. They fished a guy out of the Bayshore Marina a while ago.
Dead?
Very.
Who was he?
A private eye named Nat Pyle. Remember him?
Yes.
Doesn't seem big enough to break up any of the pages for this edition.
No, it doesn't, Mike.
We'll hold it for a replay. Nice to have made your acquaintance, Miss Carey.
That was an excellent show we saw tonight. Provocative dialogue, interesting situations.
Provocative dialogue and interesting situations make me hungry.
I hope you have something appetizing in your refrigerator.
No cotillion room?
Unfortunately, in the publishing business, you have to stay sort of loose and cool.
I'm learning all about the cool part.
I'm sorry, Elaine. I'll take you for a cruise on my boat Saturday. I'll drop you off at your apartment.
I know exactly where my apartment is, Mr. Reed. No, it's a pity your father didn't leave you an insurance company instead of a newspaper.
Losing your touch?
Nat Pyle is dead.
Murdered?
I don't know. The first report is that he drowned. But is it just a coincidence that he was here today trying to sell me information on Glenn Connors?
What are you going to do?
I have to talk to Scanlon. If it was a murder, it's time he was brought into it.
Can I help?
As a matter of fact, you can. If he really had information to sell, there should be a record of it in his office. You know the address?
Yes. How do I get in?
As a reporter, looking for a photograph of the dead man. You may have to bribe someone to let you in. Go to the cashier and draw out some money.
I was hoping you'd say that, boss. On the way back, I think I'll stop at the cotillion room for a hamburger. Be ashamed to waste your reservation.
What's up?
You know a private investigator named Nat Pyle?
Yeah, I don't have much use for him.
He died tonight. It appeared accidental, but I think it was murder.
Well, what's your interest?
This.
What about it? This story's 3 years old.
Pyle was in my office today. He wanted $25,000 for a lead that would show that Glenn Connors is not only alive, but hiding in the city.
No, I don't buy that.
Neither did I.
What's your point?
If Pyle had sold his information to someone else and was killed because of it, it must be checked out.
How'd he die?
Drowned. Body discovered about 10.
City Morgue, Sergeant Anderson.
Sergeant Anderson, this is District Attorney. Do you have the body there of a man named Nat Pyle?
Yes, sir.
Autopsy completed?
Yes, sir.
Homicide?
Doc lists the death as accidental. Blood test showed a very high alcoholic content. Considerable water in the lungs.
Any bruises?
Slight, not necessarily related. The man was pretty drunk. He could have received them when he fell overboard.
Thanks, Sergeant. Well, I think you might as well write that off. Pyle was a lush and an opportunist.
You don't write off the chance that Glenn Connors may still be alive. He was one of the men who framed my father. Hornet sting. Check. It's been forced. Casey wouldn't do that. Lock. Microfilm. It's Casey's. Whether Glenn Connors is alive or dead suddenly doesn't seem so important.
Mr. Powell could certainly get himself in some jams, but this is the first time he's ever gotten me in one.
And you are his secretary.
Overworked and underpaid. But I don't see what business it is of yours, whatever your name is. You're not one of our clients.
Why were you so late in the office tonight?
I was trying to catch up on some filing and make out a few bills until these rejects from the human race came barging in.
Was Mr. Pyle's secretary. He must have entrusted you with a great deal of his business.
In what way?
He went to see Britt Reed, the publisher of the Sentinel, yesterday. How much did he tell him?
Why don't you ask Mr. Pyle? He lives on his cruiser right here in the marina.
Mr. Pyle had a most unfortunate accident this evening. He drowned.
Oh, no.
And that's why I'm so curious to know about his conversation with Mr. Reed. See, I know that Mr. Pyle offered to show something to Mr. Reed, and I also know that he didn't show it. He told me. Therefore, it must be someplace in his office. It's not in the boat.
I'm sorry. I can't help a bit.
The young lady will be our guest in one of the cabins below decks, gagged entire. My apologies.
She appears to know nothing.
She knows about my interest in Pyle now, and that makes her dangerous, too dangerous to release. We'll take a cruise. Watch dawn on the water and return tomorrow evening. Would you enjoy that, Nedra?
Morning, Commodore.
Mr. Delaclaire hasn't moved the Lady Capri to another berth, has he?
No, sir. We helped him cast off before dawn. You can reach him on your ship to shore if you want. But he said he'd be back by nightfall.
On shore! Call the harbor police! We picked up a girl, dead, about 5 miles offshore!
Start a fishing trip? Yes. With some heavy gusts this morning, she may have been caught by a boom swinging over.
You know who she is?
I think so. She looks a lot like the woman who spent some time aboard the Lady Capri, a friend of Mr. Delaclaire's.
Mike Axford out of a staff meeting.
The Lady Capri is under constant surveillance, both helicopter and Coast Guard cutters.
Good.
Good. I hope you know what you're doing. Delaclaire carries a lot of weight.
This is a Lady Capri, Delaclaire's boat. I had it blown up from the microfilm in Casey's shoe. I asked myself, why would Nat Pyle have that photograph? So I went to the marina to find out, and I found this girl, dead.
Well, that's Glenn Connors with her, but, who's she?
Her name is Nedra Vallon, an actress of sorts in European films. She was quite an item with Delaclaire. And this.
This? Well, this is just a list of heavy construction firms here in town.
All controlled by Delaclaire's holding company.
What's the connection between Connors and Delaclaire? Delaclaire's one of the richest men in the world. He's a society figure, press-shy, elusive.
Try this. Delaclaire and Connors are one and the same.
What? How?
The easy answer would be plastic surgery.
Well, that's too bizarre to believe.
Let's get to the truth. Mike, you there?
Yes?
I want no questions, just action. Replate the first page. Top banner. 2-column box story under my byline. Headed, Glenn Connors really dead. Make that a question mark.
But
Mike, don't argue, just listen. This is the story. This is a personal vendetta by myself as publisher and editor of this newspaper against Glenn Connors' racketeer. Paragraph. For more than 3 years, our city has thought Connors dead, murdered in the same kind of gangland reprisal he himself conducted so ruthlessly. Paragraph. He is not. Marina.
So Pyle was lying. He did sell his material to Reed.
Yeah, but how do we keep Reed from spilling more? Maybe I can help. You can use some, Mr. Delaclaire. You have a girl aboard. May I call you Connors?
You know that? You know a lot.
I make it my business. I have a proposition. It depends on whether the girl is still alive.
A romance for the Green Hornet?
Let's say I find her useful. Is she alive?
Yes.
An excellent facial transformation. Except for a few hairline scars you'd have to be looking for. Lynn Connors. How did you manage to find and replace Charles Delaclaire? Easily one of the most elusive financiers in the world.
That's what made it simple. No one really knew him except a foreign actress that he was once interested in. She suggested a plan of action, and I took it.
Nedra Vallon. If she was so important to your plan, why was she killed?
Well, it was very unfortunate about poor Nedra. You see, while my men were searching Pyle's office, they couldn't find what they were looking for, but they did find ample proof that she was working with Pyle, so naturally she had to go.
Now all you have to do is liquidate Delaclaire's worldwide holdings. Take the money and run.
That's right. What do I do about Britt Reed?
I propose to eliminate Reed for you.
Can you tell me how you're going to accomplish that?
You step aside, please. Satisfied?
Yes. What do you ask?
The girl free and unharmed.
Agreed.
And 1/3 of the take.
That could amount to millions.
2 for you to every dollar for me, and you'd be completely in the clear. I think I'm being extremely fair.
All right, we have a deal. When?
Later. I have reason to believe that Britt Reed is coming aboard his boat tonight.
How do you know that?
The same way I know about you, Connors. You keep asking questions, and I might let Reed expose you.
I'm sorry, trust is not one of my virtues. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Do you have a chart of the area?
Yes.
I'll dispose of Reed and leave my mark. It will be accepted as the work of the Green Hornet.
Reed berths his boat here.
When you hear the sound of the Hornet's sting, you'll be a witness to his death.
Of course, you realize it may take some time to dispose of Delaclaire's holdings.
I want the girl immediately after I fulfill the contract. The other, I'll collect later. Mr. Connors. Anything, Kato?
He sent a man out to round up the crew.
Better get ready.
Good. Bring the girl up.
Yes, sir.
That takes care of the first part of a bargain.
What about the second?
Well, how can I tell you when the operation's completed? You're not easy to reach.
I'll know. I'll reach you. I want you to make a break for it.
Why?
Just go, no questions. Mr. Delaclare. You mean Mr. Connors? I'll call Scanlon. Pick them up.
I already called him. He's on his way.
So are we. Certain you're informed that...
Mr. Reed, you got secrets you're keeping from me, who was raised at your daddy's knee, so to speak, and who raised you at my knee, so to speak?
No, Mike.
Then how come this? Connors assumes Delaclare's identity. He dies and his gang gets caught. Yet the Green Hornet, who was probably in it deeper than Connors, he gets away. And the DA is still getting roses.
Mr. Scanlon is a very efficient public servant, Mike. Breaking up the Connors-Delaclare affair was quite an accomplishment. I feel he deserves an editorial remarking on his dedication.
And forgetting all about the Green Hornet?
I can never forget about the Green Hornet. You won't let me. Come on, Elaine. It's a perfect day for sailing.
You know, if I were a man, I would devote myself to catching that dreadful Green Hornet.
Ha! Ha!
Don't put her down, Mike. She just might do it.
Ha!
No chance of you reconsidering our offer, huh?
That's no offer, and you know it. You must think we're children.
I thought I was being very fair.
Your idea of fair and ours are miles apart. Goodbye, Dirk.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet, his aide Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal, the Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner-publisher of the Daily Sentinel, his dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
Good afternoon. I'm Britt Reed, publisher of the Daily Sentinel and owner of this television station. I use this unusual way of reaching you, my fellow citizens, because an action must be taken by all of us. Earlier today, 2 men were killed in gangland fashion on the outskirts of our city. According to information gathered by Mike Axford of our reporting staff, they were connected with a vicious bootlegging racket reminiscent of the Roaring Twenties that has been plaguing our city. Those 2 men are gone, but others, the probable murderers, are already taking their place. They must be stopped.
He's got to be stopped.
And how do you propose to do that? Invite him out for a drive?
But he must be reached.
I agree. So, we'll arrange an exotic end for Mr. Reed. One that will leave us free of suspicion and licensed to continue a very profitable enterprise. Brett, why don't you ease off on this ring of bootleggers, huh? We'll break them up, but we need time, that's all.
You have any leads?
No, I'm still buckshotting. So far, they haven't made a single mistake. The bar managers just follow instructions, that's all. They never meet any of the organization. They're just told to pick up a shipment at a certain place, and that's all they do.
Where could they be distilling so much without detection?
Yeah, where do you think I can't sleep, huh? Must be a number of small stills spread out through the city.
Could be one big still.
No, where would they conceal anything so big?
If they're programmed like you say, they could have the answer to anything. Kato?
What are you gonna do?
The Green Hornet's going out on the town. Hornet gun. Check. Hornet sting. Check. Let's roll, Kato. A drink.
The specialty of the house. Just as smooth as velvet. Be my guest.
Where do you get your supply?
You believe everything you hear on TV.
Where do you get your supply?
Look, you want me to get my head chopped off?
I can protect you from them, but they can't protect you from me.
Some choice.
Your supply?
Well, they call me.
How do they know when you need a shipment?
Well, they don't. I have to pick up and pay for the deliveries.
When is your next pickup?
Well, they don't tell.
When?
Tomorrow.
Where?
Different places.
What time do they call and tell you?
3 o'clock.
Don't try anything brave, friend.
Don't worry. I'm a born coward.
Cows giving much milk today?
We're operating at full capacity.
Oh, excellent. You may just earn yourself a bonus come Christmas, Carney. I see it's time for our customers to pick up their usual consignments. Well, make the calls. Assign pickup locations, and don't forget to put out the usual security.
Yes, sir.
Brannigan's. Yeah, right. Right. I'll be there. Brannigan's.
Where and when?
Look, Hornet.
Hello, it's Mudson.
All right. The pickup is at the Royal Woods tonight at 9.
You better not be pulling anything.
Look, I told you, don't worry. I don't want any problems.
Check the scanner. Check. Activate the scanner. No wonder the police can't find out how the gang is transporting the stuff. They're using milk trucks. They're leaving. Return the scanner and follow the truck. Dirk is involved in this. No wonder he can afford to give so much to charities. This place is loaded with electronic bugs.
We could jam the transmitters.
No, that would tell them we were here. Yes, Miss Case?
Mr. Reed, a call just came in, anonymous.
What about?
The voice said for the Sentinel to kill the bootleg story, bury the expose, or else.
Or else what?
Or else Mike. They have Mike Axford.
I'm sorry to have called you away from wherever you were, gentlemen, but this is an emergency.
Why the big rush? Why couldn't you have told us over the telephone? Is it about that reporter, Mike Axford?
No. No, we're still holding him.
Well?
2 words. Green Hornet.
What does he want?
Well, we'll know when he gets here.
And how did he come to you?
Well, why don't you ask him that, Hal? And do you suppose he would have told me?
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. The police after him, his own kind out to get him. That puts us right in the middle.
Still, I suggest we don't play games with this fellow. He knows something.
The lights!
Be calm, gentlemen. No need for panic. Sit down. I'll be very brief and to the point. I've been studying your operation, and I like it. You have a well-run, highly profitable organization, and I can see its potential for the future.
Meaning what?
Meaning the time has come for you to admit a new partner into your ranks, me. Oh, I'll be a silent partner, I assure you. And I won't be that greedy either. 5% of the gross operation, shall we say, each week.
What are you selling?
How would Britt Reed, editor of the Daily Sentinel, do for an opener?
You must have the touch of a Don Quixote in you, Hornet.
I don't tilt at windmills, my friend. You agree to accept my offer, and I'll put Reed into your hands. Delivery guaranteed. After that, he's all yours. I don't even care what you do with him.
How do you expect to accomplish this?
Let's have some secrets from each other, shall we?
Well, it looks as though we've bought ourselves a new partner.
Is tomorrow too soon?
Deliver him here.
No, not this place again. Besides, I enjoy taking a ride in the country. The fresh air. You'll be dropped off in front of our dairy tomorrow night.
Well, how about you and us?
There's time for that. You'll hear from me. Partners.
But, Red, I can send a battalion of police over there and just clean it out.
And what chance do you think Mike will have?
Mike. What makes you think they're going to let you penetrate the defenses?
Simple. I'm a partner. Delivering something. I'm going to deliver something they don't expect.
Isn't there some other way you can do this?
Mike's neck is out, Kato. We've got to save it. Just follow the plan and stick to the timetable.
Welcome, Mr. Reed. I must apologize for this unorthodox way of getting you here.
You won't get away with this.
Oh, yes, I will. The Green Hornet will be blamed for your disappearance. And your paper will drop us off the front page when the police start a new crusade to catch the Green Hornet.
Boss!
I thought it might be more friendly of me to have your man wait for your arrival so that you can keep each other company.
You're going to kill me with kindness.
That's one method I haven't tried yet, Mr. Reed.
Sorry, boss. You're tough luck, Mike. I was planning on giving you a raise.
Get a rope. Tie him up.
Rockets.
All right, everybody take positions. We'll do a little blasting ourselves.
Lock the door. I'm bulletproofed in this car, Dirk. Put down your guns and come out in the open. I've changed the numbers on our deal, Dirk. I want the percentage up to 25, with a down payment of 10,000 cash. Now, or else I'll blast this place apart.
Boss? That you, boss?
Sorry, Mike. I want you cooled off for this one. No stalling, Dirk.
10 minutes. The money is in the safe. Let's show him who he's double-crossing.
Now, Kato, I've set the bomb. They have us locked inside here. Use a rocket on the back door.
Check.
Move, Kato.
Hold it.
Getting away! Over there!
We can cut the smoke now, Kato. Let's give Scanlon a call. Tell him it's time to move in.
Too bad Mike had to miss the fireworks. Let's get him back to town before he wakes up.
The afternoon edition.
Good. This is what we've been waiting for. Thanks, Joanne.
That's quite a story. I wish I'd been there to see it.
You gotta give him credit for helping the police.
Well, it was just an accident that he was on our side this time. Who knows what he'll do next time?
That's right. But the important thing is a vicious racket's been broken. Records found at the dairy make it open and shut.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'd like to get the guy that clobbered me. By the way, when we were facing our final moment of truth, you said you were going to give me a raise.
I did? Well, that's funny. I don't remember saying anything like that.
I could have sworn you said it.
When you get back to your desk, call accounting. Tell them to add another 15% to Mike's check each week.
Right.
Professor Wiley's line is still busy. You got any more horses up there, trot them out.
No. No, absolutely not. I will not be a party to the scheme. And I told you what I'd do if you didn't. Yes, I'll go to the police. Mary? Mary! I'm leaving. You can go as soon as you're finished correlating those motivational stimulus data.
Yes, Professor. Good night.
Hello? Professor Wiley? No, I'm sorry, he isn't here. Who's calling, please?
Never mind. A friend. Where can I reach a professor? It's a matter of life or death.
Well, he just left a few minutes ago.
Find him. Get him back to his office. Tell him not to move. His life is in danger.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. his aide Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal, the Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner-publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
Your call. What happened last night?
Well, in the first place, the police were wrong.
Oh?
Wiley wasn't killed by a bomb. His car was hit by an armored truck.
An armored truck?
Yeah, huge thing, like a tank. Got away because Kato and I tried to stop and save Wiley, but...
What were you doing there?
Maybe this will explain. This is a call I received last night, 20 minutes before Wiley was killed. This machine records all my calls.
Hello? Mr. Reed?
Speaking.
Mr. Reed, I can't tell you who I am, but you must believe what I'm going to tell you. You must contact Professor Thomas Wiley at Metropolitan University immediately. Warn him that his life is in danger. He is going to be...
Harriet?
Just a minute, Mr. Reed. Yes?
Mr. Eden wants you in the Tangerine Room.
Coming. Professor Wiley is going to be murdered tonight.
Hello? Hello?
No idea who the woman was?
Only that her name was Harriet.
Why do you suppose she called you instead of the police? Or Wiley himself, for that matter? Wait a minute. That man's voice in the background said that she was wanted in the Tangerine Room?
Does that mean anything to you?
Well, it could be the name of a restaurant, a nightclub, or a cocktail lounge.
I've already checked that out. Drew a blank.
But wait a minute, it could... Hey. That man's voice said that she was wanted by a Mr. Eden. There's a health club called the Vale of Eden. It's run by Peter Eden. It's become very fashionable, very chic, very expensive.
Well, I don't see what that has to
Well, the treatment rooms are designated by color. Mauve, chartreuse.
Tangerine.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes, Dorothy, dear?
There's a man on the phone, Mr. Eden. He wants to speak to Harriet, but he won't say who he is.
And?
Well, he wants her home address and phone number.
Peter Eden speaking. May I be of assistance? I'm terribly sorry, sir. We can't give out that sort of information about our employees. We must protect them from, well, you understand. However, if you would like to leave your name and number, I'd be glad to give it to him. Would you please ask Harriet to step in here for a moment?
Kato, find out what time the Vale of Eden closes tonight. See you later, Frank.
Honestly, Mr. Eden, I can't imagine who that man was that called me.
Harriet, I've been noticing you the past few days, and you've seemed nervous and upset. Is there anything wrong? Anything that I should know about?
Oh, Mr. Reed.
Of course. You may go now. Dorothy, dear, please alert Cork and Johnny for a job tonight.
Hornet gun. Check. Hornet sting. Check. Let's roll, Kato. Dennis. 71 Harding Road.
Johnny, look behind us.
Green Hornet! What has he done to that girl?
Let's go. I'm a doctor. Let me help her.
Are you ready for this? Harriet Dennis once worked for the Sentinel 2 years ago as a switchboard operator.
That may be the reason she called me about Wiley instead of going to the police. Get me Peter Eden,
at the Vale of Eden.
Dorothy, dear, please show Miss Case around the women's section while I escort Mr. Reed around the men's diggings.
Right this way, Miss Case.
Allow me. It is indeed an honor for us to have the Sentinel interested in our little establishment, Mr. Reed.
Thank you.
The tangerine room is occupied, but let me show you the mauve room.
Time's up, Miss Vane. Miss Vane. Miss Vane. Miss Vane.
Oh, won't the police find out? Won't the police? What? Oh, that's odd. I must have been dreaming. Such a strange dream.
Yes, sir, Mr. Reed, this place is the greatest. It's really been a lifesaver. You know, I'm treasurer of the racetrack, and I handle millions of dollars every day, so there's lots of strain, there's nervous tension. And I come here 2-3 times a week, and I just get the knots and the kinks all worked out. There's nothing more soothing than the proper music. You ought to try it, Mr. Reed.
After your recommendation, perhaps I shall, Mr. Cavanaugh. And I may ask you for a tip on the races.
Tips are no better than the horses on the track. Nice meeting you, Mr. Reed.
Nice to meet you, Cavanaugh.
I'll see you on Thursday, sir.
Mr. Cavanaugh.
What was that he said about the proper music?
We, personalize it for each of our patrons. Come, let me show you our music room. Ah, Miss Case, just in time to see our music room. This way. Now, as I was saying, we select the music to suit the overall personality and the psychological need of a given client, varying it from time to time to accommodate the specific mood at treatment time. The music is piped in from here to the various rooms.
What's this, Mr. Eden?
Ah, that is what we call our dubbing machine. We use it to make any special tapes that we might need. It works in a... Dorothy, dear, we've left poor Mrs. Wilcox in the tub too long. Excuse us, will you?
Surely.
Make yourselves at home.
It's a bit wild, isn't it?
To say the least.
How did Miss Case behave?
Fine.
Reed, too. Something amiss.
What do you want that for?
I don't know. Maybe I'll find out when I play it.
Ah, Mr. Reed, I've had the most wonderful idea. Why don't you take a treatment yourself and see how it works?
Well, thanks, Mr. Eden, but I have an appointment. Some other time, perhaps.
Miss Case, then.
Oh, I don't think I could.
Why don't you, Miss Case?
Well...
Excellent! Come along with me, Miss Case. Right this way, Miss Case. We'll take good care of her, Mr. Reed.
Whit, darling.
Hi, Vanessa.
Where have you been keeping yourself, darling? I haven't seen you for ages. Oh, you naughty boy, why didn't you call me?
Well...
You buy me a drink? Oh, no, I can't. I'm due at Oliver the jeweler's. I'm going to see the Catherine necklace. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, well, have you got a car? I'm late. Oh, you can
Yes.
drop me. Oh, darling, it's so good to see you again. I want to hear everything you've been doing. You'll call me?
Yes,
Promise?
of course.
bet my last good shirt the Green Hornet was behind it.
Behind what?
You mean you haven't heard?
No, I've been working on this speech. Heard about what?
Oliver's.
What about Oliver's?
They just had a necklace stolen. The famous Catherine necklace worth $250,000. Some dame heisted it.
Some dame?
Young, beautiful, real swanky gal, according to one of the clerks.
What time was this?
A few minutes after 4 this afternoon. But the strange part is, the dame had an appointment with Oliver and stole the necklace from under his nose right in his own office. Now Oliver says he can't remember a thing about it. Matter of fact, he denies any such dame was ever in his office. If the clerk Hartley hadn't seen... Britt, now where'd he go to?
It doesn't make any sense, Britt. It just doesn't make any sense. Why on earth would I steal the Catherine necklace? If I wanted it that badly, I would have bought it.
For $250,000.
Are you forgetting that I'm worth at least 20 million?
The fact remains, Vanessa, that you were in Oliver's this afternoon and...
I wasn't.
What?
I haven't been in Oliver's in over 2 years.
But I dropped you there, don't you remember? I picked you up at the Vale of Eden and...
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't set eyes on you in over 3 months.
Vanessa...
I wasn't at the Vale of Eden. I haven't left this apartment all day. Now, I don't know what you're getting at with this accusation, but I think you better leave.
Oh, Miss Case. Oh, Miss Case, you look wonderful. How do you feel?
Fine, but...
Yes?
Well, frankly, I felt fine before the treatment, too. So I really can't see any difference.
Oh, you will. You will in time. You'll see a big difference.
Well, thank you, Mr. Eden. Now I really must go.
Miss Case. Aren't you forgetting something?
Yes? Of course. How stupid of me. Thank you, Mr. Eden, so much. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Vanessa Vane? I don't believe it, Britt. That's incredible. Incredible. I don't know what's happening to the good people of this city. Do you know in the last 2 months, 3 of our outstanding citizens have been involved in rackets of some sort? Harvey Wicks, embezzlement. George Foster Matson, grand theft and bunco. Hamilton Bartlett and fraud.
And now Vanessa, not to mention Oliver the jeweler. He even denies that Vanessa was in his store. They all say the same thing. They all claim they have no memory of committing a crime. Frank, I think I know what happened to those people. I want you to listen to something. You too, Kato.
Thanks. What, music?
That's at normal speed. Now listen to what happens when I turn the speed down to where the tape is barely moving.
When you get the money, you will bring it to me. You will not remember any of the instructions I have given you.
What is it?
You know what Professor Wiley was working on?
Motivational research.
And he had made a significant breakthrough in the field of motivational technique. You've heard of subliminal suggestion?
You mean where words are flashed so fast on the screen a person can't see them?
Only you do see them, Kato. Not with the eye, but with the brain. Professor Wiley took that principle and applied it to the spoken word. Perfected this. A method of giving verbal instructions so rapidly that they bypass the auditory senses and are picked up only by the subconscious mind. A sort of silent brainwashing.
Where did you get this tape?
The Vale of Eden.
Vale of Eden?
Somehow Eden got a hold of Professor Wiley's technique and is using it for his own purposes. Frank, I think you'll find that Harvey Wicks, George Foster Matson, Desmond Oliver, and Vanessa Vane all have something in common. They're all patrons of the Vale of Eden.
And Peter Eden programmed them to commit these crimes for his own benefit.
Miss Case, how was it at the Vale of Eden?
Just fine. I going to do? Where did I get that gun?
Vale of Eden? You were doing what you were programmed to do. Eden evidently found out we were on to him and tried to get rid of him.
I don't remember anything.
You're not supposed to. That's the name of the game.
Well, I'm going to put an end to it right now.
How, Frank? You can have Eden arrested, but what have you got to prosecute him with? People like Casey and Vanessa Vane don't even know they've been programmed. Harriet Dennis in the hospital, we don't even know whether she'll live. And if she does live, we don't know what she'll say.
I'm afraid you're right. And that tape certainly isn't admissible as evidence.
Give me some time, Frank. I'll have you all the evidence you'll need. The Green Hornet's gonna have a little business conference with Peter Eden.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet, his aide Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal, the Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
Hornet gun. Check. Hornet sting. Check. Let's roll, Kato. What do you want? I want 50% of your take
from Professor Wiley's subliminal motivation machine.
What on earth are you
I don't
talking
have
about?
time for charades, Eden.
My dear man, I operate a health club, that's all. A health club that caters to
Find a quiet alley where you can park. Mr. Eden's memory needs a little jogging.
Oh, now, look here, you wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I?
I'm not afraid of you.
Did anybody ever tell you what a bad liar you are, Eden?
All right. All right, let's say I do have this little sideline you mentioned.
Sideline?
50%, that's a lot.
It's exactly half.
Yes, I know. Well, I need time to think it over.
All right. You have 30 seconds.
Well, I guess I'm in no position to turn it down.
No, you're not.
And I'd be a fool to refuse even if I could. You, your car, your weapons, your equipment, you could contribute a good deal to a partnership.
A modest amount.
Like, tomorrow night, for instance.
What about tomorrow night?
The president of the Century Bank is a patron of the Vale of Eden. And he's been, shall we say, programmed to leave the time lock on the bank's vault turned off. Interested?
Where and what time shall I meet you?
In an alley behind the bank at exactly 9 o'clock. Miss Vane.
Oh, Mr. Eden. You don't know how happy I am that you called me and asked me to come in for a treatment today. It's almost as if you knew how confused and upset I was. I had the most disturbing experience yesterday. A friend of mine, a Mr. Reed, accused me of stealing a necklace worth $250,000.
How absurd.
Yes, that's what I told him. I said, if this Mr. Oliver, well, if he'd lost a necklace that valuable, he certainly would have reported to the police, wouldn't he?
Of course he would.
But he didn't. I know it's ridiculous, but I have this feeling that I wasn't home all day yesterday as I thought I was. You know what, I have a feeling.
We'll talk about all that later, but in the meantime, we have a special treatment, all prepared just for you.
A special treatment?
Yes. I can guarantee you, Miss Vane, that before this day is over, you won't have a care in the world. Not a care in the world.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Eden. Thank you.
Helga, Miss Vane is waiting.
Thank you, Mr. Eden.
Think this'll do the job?
Dorothy, my dear, there's enough nitroglycerin in here to blow up the Green Hornet, his car, his chauffeur, and Miss Vane 20 times over. There we are.
We are early. Yeah, I want to check the layout before Eden shows up. He agreed awfully fast to the Green Hornet muscling in. This could be a setup.
Here's your handbag, my dear.
Thank you.
You look ever so much better.
Oh, I am 1,000% better. As a matter of fact, I can't even remember what it was that was bothering me.
Excellent. Miss Vane, I took the liberty of calling a taxi for you.
Oh, how thoughtful you are. Good night, dear Mr. Eden.
Better check your gas mask. Somebody's coming. Eden? Can't tell. Vanessa.
Peter Eden sent me. I have a message for you. May I get in?
Please. What's the message?
He said to tell you tonight's job is off.
Is that all? Well, why did he send you?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, he must have said something.
Yes, I guess he did.
You guess?
I mean, yes.
What?
I don't know. No, please, you're confusing me.
Where did you see Eden?
The Vale of Eden. I think I went there for treatment, and I'm so confused.
Here, let me...
No! Please, I'm not to let anyone handle that.
Who said, Eden?
Yes, no. No, I don't know. It was a voice. Oh, no!
We'll take Vanessa home. Then we'll pay Eden a visit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been handed a bulletin. A tremendous explosion of unknown origin rocked this city's financial district at 9 o'clock this evening. The blast occurred in an alley behind the Century Bank. Police have not yet determined whether anybody was injured in the explosion. However...
Dorothy, my dear, I thought you'd left for the night.
I just dropped by to dissolve our partnership, Eden. Get him up to the Tangerine Room right away.
Eden is all set.
Nice music.
Beethoven?
Mm-hmm.
I think Eden would like that.
So do I. This is a friend of yours, Mr. Eden. A friend in whom you can confide and tell your innermost secrets. Time's up, Eden.
Oh, hi, fellas.
Hi, friend.
Well, how did it go tonight?
How did what go tonight?
The job tonight. Aren't the boys back yet?
Not yet.
Ah, well, it's a long way back from the racetrack.
The racetrack?
Yeah. What's the matter? You've forgotten we're knocking over the Riverview Harness track tonight.
Oh, yes. Yes, we had forgotten. You better stick to the back alleys.
That will cost us time.
Can't help it. We don't want to take the chance of being recognized.
$2 of a million tonight, Oglesby. You're not the regular man.
That's right. The regulars are off tonight.
I'll have to see some identification.
Sure. All set, Mr. Kavanaugh?
All set. You know, it's a great relief after the money's safely tucked away for the night.
The gate, Johnny.
Don't let him out that gate.
Cut him off. You side. Cut him off. Right. Hard left.
It's a dead end. Turn around. They gotta be around here someplace. It's misfiring. Some of the circuits must have shorted out.
Keep pressing the button.
Nothing we can do here.
Yep.
Tell Thompson I want that on page 1.
Imagine page 1.
I rode with the Green Hornet by Vanessa Vane, as told to Mike Axford. This could win me a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh, it's so thrilling.
But I don't get it.
You don't get what, Mike?
Well, take this guy Eden, for example. When the police raided his health club and woke him up, the guy immediately fell on his knees and begged the cops to let him confess everything. He even told them where they could find the Catherine necklace. He said that's what the Green Hornet said he should do. Then, instead of holding Miss Vane, kidnapping her or something, the Green Hornet drove her home as polite as pie.
Oh, but I have a theory about that.
And what is your theory, Miss Vane?
Never mind, it only laugh.
Let's hear it, Vanessa.
Well, it isn't really a theory. It's more like a feeling.
Yeah?
That the Green Hornet is secretly on the side of law and order.
The Green Hornet, the devil incarnate on the side of law and order. You must still be in a state of shock, Miss Vane.
Well, now, wait a minute, Mike. The Green Hornet did get Peter Eden.
A case of thieves falling out, that's all. The Green Hornet had nothing in mind but hijacking the racetrack loot from Eden.
Perhaps. But I'm interested in your theory. Let's discuss it further at lunch, shall we?
Oh, I'd love to. But, Mr. Reed, this is your day to have lunch at the commissary and mingle with the employees.
I'll mingle tomorrow, shall we?
Casey, you don't suppose it's possible, do you?
What's that, Mike?
That the Green Hornet isn't all bad?
No, it's not possible, Mike. The Green Hornet is a 14-carat stinker.